Right, so today we will see a problem that is related to uh, process cooperation. So we call it as interprocess communication. So here we consider a classical problem called producer and consumer. So what happens is certain processes might produce certain variables or outputs, and some processes will receive the outputs and do some other tasks. So the processors that produce outputs or maybe initiate variables are called as producers. Using uh, the outputs of the producers and do something else, we call them as consumers. So for this problem, there are two ways of uh, handling this using a array, or we call it as a buffer. Uh, One method is unbounded buffer place. That means the array that used to store the information produced by the producer processors and release the available data or outputs to the consumer, we call it as a buffer. So if the buffer is unlimited, that means producers can produce any number of outputs and then it can be consumed by the consumer process or processors. So normally in the operating system, if it is unbounded, then it becomes out of control. So normally if there are producers and consumers, we define a bounded buffer. So that means we have a limit for the storage. So buffer will have a limit. So we will see how it is implemented later on. So that is the classic problem of producer-consumer in inter-process communication. So the outputs of one processor will be used by another process for different purposes. Right, so this is how the array is implemented or the buffer is implemented. So we can define a buffer uh, and we have to specify the size of the buffer and what are the variables that we consider. So later on you will learn about data structures and see how a structure is introduced. So this is how the structure is defined in C. So here we have the buffer. Buffer will have two variables, that is in and out, initiated to 0, and we have to give the buffer size. So this is the producer. So in this particular code, what happens is while true means while this producer executes, it will check in plus 1 mod buffer size equals out. If that is true, it will be doing nothing. It will be inside the loop. If not, then it will produce an item and the value of in will be increased by in plus 1 mod buffer size. Consumer on the other hand, so again while true means while the consumer is in execution, while in equals out, it doesn't do anything, it will be inside the loop. If not, it will take an item from the buffer and out will be increased by 1 and mod buffer size. So it returns the item for a different task. So those are the two different functions available for producer and consumer. So we will see a simple example of how it's implemented and how this producer consumer operation works. So now we'll see how this particular uh, problem is implemented using an array. So here when we initiate the buffer size into 5, You all know how an array is indexed. Arrays will start from the 0th index, then first, second, third, and fourth. So that is how the array index works. So that is how exactly this buffer will be implemented as well. So the size is 5. So there are 5 cells starting from 0 to 4. And then we initiate the two variables, that is integer variables in and out equals 0. So it will be pointed to the 0th index of the initiated array. So if we try to run the consumer initially, what happens is we can see the first loop uh, will be true because we run the consumer. The second loop, while in equals out, in the comparison you can see it is true. So then it won't go beyond the loop because it will be inside the loop. The consumer will be inside the loop, executing in the loop. Why? Because in the comparison in equals out, so that is true. So it won't go beyond that to item equal buffer size, or cannot take any item outside, because the array is empty. That is the idea on checking this condition. The array is empty, so the consumer cannot take any item out of it because there are no items inside the array. So we will start running the producer. So because at the beginning array is empty, and then we can run the producer. So when we start running the producer, we can see in the first condition, while in plus 1 mod buffer size. So we always take this in plus 1 mod buffer size for the comparison, because the array should be inside the index values. So the buffer size is 5. Always when we divide by the buffer size and taking the remainder, mod buffer size means that, so we take the values less than 4, less than or equal to 4. So therefore the comparison will always be between 0 to 4. So we can check whether the array index is within the range when we compare with the out value. So in plus 1 mod buffer size equals out in plus 1. At the moment in is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, buffer size is 5. So when you divide 1 by 5 and take the remainder, it is 1, right? So 1 divided by 5, 1 remaining, right? So 1 is not equal to out because out is equal to 0. So what the producer do is, it will produce an item buffer in equals 10. That means the 0th index will be initiated to 10, and then in equals in plus 1 mod buffer size. So that means in is 0 plus 1 mod buffer size. So 1 divided by 5, we take the remainder, then in will be increased into 1. So this is what happens after running the producer for the first time. So out will be kept as it is, in will be in plus 1 mod buffer size. So you can see in will be moved into the second element in the array, that is the first index. So you can see in this producer consumer problem, when we implement this solution using an array, in will always point into the first free slot available in the array. So on the other hand, out if the array is empty, the out will be nothing, so the cell is empty. But if at least one element is available in the array, then out will be pointing out to that particular filled cell in the array. So that is the concept behind implementing producer consumer problem using a array. So you can see this is what happens after the first iteration. So in the second iteration, again when we run the producer, what happens is again we will check while in plus 1 mod buffer size, in plus 1, then it becomes 2 mod buffer size, 2 divided by 5, then the remainder is 2, 2 not equal to 0, so the condition is false, so the producer can produce another item. So that means the first index will be initiated to 10, in move to 2. So like that the producer can produce items. So when we run the producer again, then what happens is again we will check the condition in plus 1 mod buffer size equals out. So 3 is not equal to 0, so that means we can produce an item. So we produce an item, that is 10 again will be filled in the second index of the array. Then the in will be moved one particular index forward. So like that we can run the producer again. So then the third index will be 10 and in will be moved another cell forward. Right, so like that when we run the producer again, what happens is we can check the condition now. While in plus 1 mod buffer size equals out. So now in plus 1 is 5, 5 mod 5 means 0, remainder is 0, right? Then the value that we compare will be true, because in plus 1 is 5 because it is 4 plus 1, and buffer size is 5. So 5 divided by 5, see the remainder is 0. 0 when you compare with the out value is 0, then that condition is true. So the producer will be inside the loop. So it cannot produce any more items, even though there are there's a single cell that is free, but still based on this particular solution we cannot produce another item. So the producer will be inside the loop. So we can check whether we can execute the consumer. So the consumer's condition is while in equals out, so that is false because in is 4, out is 0. So the out can consume, or the consumer can consume an item, right? That is 10, so it can consume from the 0th index, and the value of that particular cell will be cleared, or we can set it to null. Then we will move out equals out plus 1 mod buffer size. So we always check the remainder to make sure that the values will be within the range of the array. So then after the first iteration of the consumer, it would be like this, right? So we take the first element out and we make that particular cell null. and out will be out plus 1 mod buffer size. So 0 plus 1 is 1 mod buffer size is 5, so the remainder is 1, so the out will be moved into the next element. So like that we can check the status of the producer. Now what happens is, now you can see there's a free cell in 0th index. So when we check the condition of the producer, in plus 1 mod buffer size equals out, now the out is 1, in value will be 0 based on the condition, right? So then that is false, so that means the producer will exit the loop and produce an item. So there's a free cell, so the producer will produce an item for the 4th cell in the index and moved into the 0th index. So how that happens is based on the last uh, line of the code for the producer. In equals in plus 1 mod buffer size. So 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 divided by 5, the remainder is 0, so the in is initiated to the 0th index. So this actually works like a circular array. So very important to understand the operation of this array based on these two variables. So this array works as a circular array where when the cells are filled, it will come back to the 0th index and then it will move forward. So like that, so we will try to execute the consumer. So the consumer will check again out equals in, so that is false. So it will take a particular that particular element out, that is 10, and that particular cell will be freed and move it to the next available element. So this is after that particular iteration, out will be 2 and there are 2 free cells in the array. So when we run the consumer again, you can see it will consume another element from the array and move forward. So like that, the consumer will run until the array is empty. So again it will take another element and take another element and so on. It will move forward until the array is empty. Now what happens is, when the last element is taken out, you can see in here, when we take the last element out, will be out plus 1, that is 5 mod 5 is 0, so the out value will be again moved into the 0th index. So now it is like the beginning where we started, both in and out will be pointing to the 0th index and there are no filled cells in the array. So that is the classic problem and a proper solution that we can have to manage the outputs that is being produced and manage the inputs for different processors which wants certain variables for the execution. So the bounded buffer problem will give a solution with a controlled access for the consumer and the producer. So the producer cannot produce unlimited outputs, or the consumer cannot consume when there are no particular output values or initiated variables available.